Greetings. Hey, this is your Daily Now, and today's topic is once again Penn State. This is really annoying me, so I got to rave a little bit. So, as you know, that when the word came out about Sandusky, I think his name is, when all the students rioted and turned over the news van because they reported the news on Joe Pa Paterno, who is the legend on campus nobody can talk about. And so the students were protesting. They were upset because he got fired. It doesn't matter that he didn't report to the authorities that young men were being raped. That didn't seem to matter, But everybody was concerned about the next day's football game. And then I guess I had to realizing what idiots they look like. They held a candlelight vigil the following couple days for the victims, they say, but to me it was for appearances. It was obvious where their loyalty lies, and it lies with Joe Pa Paterno and Penn State. I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want my kids going there. That's for sure. So I have one daughter that's going off to college, and I'm checking off my list schools that I don't want my kids to go to, and Penn State is at the top of that do not allow list. Okay, so anyway, initially I was kind of pissed off at the students because when Sandusky was released, like I don't know, the next day or within hours, I can't remember exactly, but the judge who released him worked for the charity that Sandusky had founded. So they got a tight knit group there. I mean, that's a small community. Um, you can't say anything about the school. You got to be loyal to Penn State and wear the blue and all that stuff. So at first I was really pissed because when he was released, 40 counts allegedly, 40 counts of abuse, child rape, and sexual assault. 40 counts. And the guy's out on bail walking around. And next you know, I hear he's walking around with Penn State sweatshirt or jackets or whatever, going to the store. Here this guy is out on bail because he knows the judge, right? Who knows? Maybe they're related. I don't get it. But the judge apparently volunteered at the Second Mile um, Foundation. Okay, so, and I'm thinking, where in the hell are all these students at? How come they're not protesting? How come that they're not out rioting and stuff? You got a child rapist, a molester, seducer, right? He's been raping kids probably for 15 years, from what I understand. And I didn't see a big riot. I didn't see students protesting. I didn't see them yelling and screaming and having a fit when this child rapist was let loose. But then I thought about it. With all the stuff that goes on and all the loyalty that goes on and all the secrecy and documents that are being excluded, the whole administration has this exemption from disclosure laws that every other school or every other public organization is required to make records available. Not Penn State. They have some kind of legal exclusion, so they don't have to reveal their documents. You can't get anything out of that school. Okay, so when I thought about that and how loyal all the students are, if you're one of those students that are going to go protest Sandusky's release, you're probably going to get shot or hung or fired or end up dead. So on second thought, I had to review my own thinking about that. It's probably the code of silence. It's not safe for the students who probably think it's outrageous to say anything about this child rapist that's been raping kids for over the course of 15 years. Who knows how many hundreds of students this guy has raped, has taken advantage of. But I'm thinking now, if I was a student there, I wouldn't be saying anything either. Who knows? You might get stoned, you might get beat up, you might get jumped, you might get robbed. Who knows what's going to happen? Being at Penn State is only good if you're loyal to Penn State. So I'm not gonna I was gonna yell and curse those students for not speaking out when this child rapist was set free in a matter of, I guess, hours. I think the guy spent 4 hours in jail, and he was set free on bail, $100,000 bail, which he could easily make. The guy's probably rich, but on second thought, I had to give it a second thought. If I was a student at Penn State and I had the opinion that this child rapist should be kept in jail, which is what you normally do with these kind of guys, I probably wouldn't say anything either. I'd be fearing for my safety. Penn State has a big cloak over it. Penn State protects Penn State, and the students, they're all radical. They're not using their brains. They're supposed to be intellectuals. They're supposed to have morality, but apparently the majority of the campus, the majority of the administration shows lack of morality. They don't have a moral compass. They don't have any compassion for these students that have been raped. And from what I hear, this is unconfirmed, but from what I hear, the victim, they call victim number one, had to change high schools because he was getting beat up. Why? Because Joe Paterno got fired. So the high school students were beating him up and threatening him at his high school. So he had to move to another high school. So, this Penn State thing is out of control. It needs to be brought under control. They need to open up the documents, bring it all out to the open. Don't be like the Catholic Church and be hiding it for years. Well, they've already been hiding it for years. But imagine if you're a parent and you got a daughter that goes to Penn State, what happens if she gets raped? Suppose it's a member of the staff, a member of one of the, a football team, or some sports player, or somebody that everybody worships at Penn State, and your daughter goes and files a police report. They're not going to do anything. They're going to bury it, okay? Because there's no protection for students there that are violated by the school. There's just no protection for them. So to me, it's a pretty sick situation, and that's all I got to say for now. I don't want to drag this out, but I wanted to throw this out there and give me your opinions. Tell me what you think. I think Penn State has a pretty sick situation going on there. I think Penn State, as an institution, is morally bankrupt, and I'm a big fan of their women's volleyball team. They rock, okay? But for the rest of their athletic programs, I don't know what the hell's going on. But I do know that we ought to be thinking about our kids and not thinking about how much money the football team is going to bring in. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to cut this short. And on that note,
that was easy.
All right. I will see you soon. Subscribe, comment, leave your comments. If you don't like what I had to say, that's fine. Let me know. Video responses are welcome. Just make comments. Thumb me if you like me. Give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. But definitely comment and give me your opinion. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Am I out of my mind? Or, you tell me what you think. All right. Bye.